All right, guys, here we are. We're going to start our castle drawing in 2-point perspective. So the first thing you need to do with your piece of drawing paper is fold it in half. Okay, we're going to do this hamburger, not hot dog style. That way we've got our middle, so we know where the middle line for our castle is going to go. Now, since I'm going to be drawing up here on the whiteboard, I wish. Okay, I'm going to put a dotted line down the middle to show where my fold is. What I want you to do next is put on your vanishing points. So, near the edge, but not all the way to the edge, about halfway up on each side of your paper, you're going to make your vanishing points. Okay? Leave those there for the whole project until I tell you you can erase them, because you need those. Now, the next thing you're going to do is use a ruler or something with a straight edge. It could be a folder. It could be a piece of construction paper. It could be a binder. Anything with a straight edge to it that you can use for this. And you're going to draw a line right down that fold, but leave room at the top, leave room at the bottom. Then you're going to connect lines that go from your dot to the bottom of that first line on both sides, and from the top of that center line to your dot on both sides. What we're doing here is we're creating the outer wall of your castle. This is going to be the center of that wall, and then the sides go back in each direction. The next thing you're going to do, make sure your ruler is going straight up and down. Add a little vertical line there and a little vertical line here. Then you're going to get rid of the diagonal line between that vertical and your vanishing point. Do that on both sides. So you're just left with your dot and your walls. Okay? Next, I'm going to have you figure out where your doorway is going to go. This is going to be for your drawbridge, and you get to decide if your drawbridge is going to be open or closed. Now, because I want to show you guys both ways, I'm going to draw two, one of each style. But you just have to draw one of them. Okay? So I'm going to draw an open drawbridge on the right-hand side and a closed drawbridge on the left. Okay? No matter which way you're making it, you're going to start with vertical lines for your door. Then, to make it easy, I would just put a curve on the top. Now you know where your doorway is going to be. If it's open, the next thing you're going to do is use the opposite vanishing point to make your ground. So now we have our ground and we have a wall. If it's closed, you're going to use the closest vanishing point to put in a couple of diagonal lines here and here. Those are going to be pieces of wood that are going to hold your whole door together. Then you make more lines. These are going to be vertical, straight up and down. They do not go through your first two pieces of wood there. So now it looks like we have a door. If you want to get really fancy, you could put in some nails here to make it look like your door has something holding it all together. And if you want to get even fancier, you add an extra edge here with a little diagonal at the bottom to give your door some thickness. that's your closed door. And guess what, guys? That one's done. Now, for your open door, we're going to go back over and use this opposite vanishing point, because now we have to make the part of the drawbridge that sticks out across your moat. Okay, so we're making the part that comes out. I'm looking at where this vanishing point is here, and I'm going to make my I'm going to make two little dots there that show where that diagonal would be, and then I make my curve from dot to dot. Okay? If that's too difficult for you, just make it a curve. Try to get it lined up as best you can. Okay? Just do what you're able to. Then we want to make this door look to be the same style as that one in terms of the wooden slats. So again, we use the closest vanishing point. And we're going to put on our couple of pieces of cross-braced wood here. There we go. Then we're going to go back to that farthest vanishing point. And just like before, we don't want to go through our first two pieces of wood. You want to skip those. You got to keep checking the end of your ruler to make sure it's still lined up with your vanishing point. And then to make it that three-dimensional look, you're adding a little extra edge here that doesn't go all the way across, just part way. And you can decide how fancy you want to get. And there's your nails. Now, to really make this drawbridge look realistic, the next thing we want to do is add two little boxes here on either side of our doorway. Add some kind of bolt or hook or something down here at the end of our drawbridge. And then you're going to somehow connect the two. You can make them chains, you can make them rope, or they can just be simple lines like that. And now you can open and close your drawbridge. Now that's all the farther we're going to go on this today. When we come back next time, we'll talk about what to do for the walls of your drawbridge and your moat.